In case you were wondering what a bespoke detail is, that is a bespoke detail. Let's get started. This is a pair of ACME Shoemaker, which is a bespoke shoemaker out of Beijing, China. Their big value proposition is that whether you do an MTO order like this, or whether you do a bespoke order, you are getting the same quality construction and shoe. Order the same pattern, same material, same construction, but on their bespoke last. And the thing is, it's going to be the same shoe. The only difference is going to be the shape. Everything else is the same. The model from ACME Shoemaker, it is the 8008 Handsewn split toe derby on the T89 chiseled last. And this is done in color 4 Horween Shell Cordovan. And just before we jump into the actual review, just want to set the expectation, like, these are expensive shoes. $2,000, no matter, for anyone, that's a large amount of money, but relatively speaking, the value that you're getting, the quality of the footwear, it's relatively a fair and, high value price for the quality of the footwear. So as we go through the review, keep that in mind. It's not necessarily for everyone, but this is a shoe that I wanted, and I want to share what my thoughts are and how I think the pair came out and how ACME did. So let's jump in. The ordering process. I do all of my communication and interactions with ACME through Instagram. And, one of the things with ACME at the time that I had ordered these, which was in September of 2020, was they were really new. Barely any orders out in people's hands other than kind of like Jesper from Shoegazing Blog or Justin Fitzpatrick from the Shoe Snob blog. And it's hard to really tell from picture. Are they as good as they say they are? After talking to them for probably 2 months, what I was expressing that I wanted and the way that they were responding as far as, what they thought was a good idea, what they thought was a bad idea, what they could do, what they couldn't do, and they pretty much could do everything. It made me comfortable that they understood what I wanted. So the whole order, once paid for, took about 30 days, took about another 20 days for delivery, and that was mainly because there was a little miscommunication that I had wanted toe plates. They didn't originally put them on, but they did. And then they kind of refinished everything, packed, shipped them out. But that was just a little miscommunication probably on both of our parts. So once I got the shoes, I really couldn't have been happier with how they had turned out. I was extremely impressed with the initial reaction from them. And what's more is, once I started to wear them, once I tried them on, the fit was even more impressive than the aesthetic of them. The fit is extremely important, and basically I talked with Oliver from ACME Shoemaker for a couple of days back and forth, sharing what my past size experience was like with comparable brands. Decided to go with my normal true to size UK 7.5 standard width, and it turned out very, very well. No real pain points or hot spots throughout. Sometimes I get a little pressure across the instep and on the outside toe, but that kind of solved itself rather quickly. One item I do want to call out is the heels. The heel pad is somewhat just, stiff. It's very firm at first, probably 4 or 5 wears in, and then it starts to soften and sink in, and you perfect. But those first couple wears, just be aware of. So now shoe trees. Shoe trees, they're lasted shoe trees, hand carved, made on the actual last. They are included in the order. Beautiful looking shoe tree. The one thing I do want to notice or call to note with that is this is not the original tree. I did have an original set of trees, and I did get them replaced because I had shared some feedback that they were just a little too short in the heel. See that? And they were very kind. They had explained that they received feedback that the shoe trees had been too snug for some folks, so they tried to make them a little less snug, and they ended up kind of overcorrecting a little bit. But we got that fixed up, and now we got perfectly fitting shoe trees, and couldn't be happier with that. So for fitting, I'm going to cut here shortly to a little video of me just kind of wearing these around, and I'm going to talk about how they fit. It's a very fitted shoe on my foot, and that's exactly what I was looking for. There is no excess volume throughout the vamp or the instep, which is exactly how I prefer my shoes to fit. Now, I'll also kind of walk through and show where the flex points, where the ball of my foot and the joint of my toes land across where the creases lie, and that's just to really show like how true to size. Like if I say this is a true to size fit for me, like you'll understand like really where that falls in the anatomy of the shoe. Now, break-in wise, the break-in was very accommodating. There was no painful days wearing it, and I think that's kind of a testament to nailing the fit and not having any heel slippage, not having any excess volume or excess rubbing from the lining of the shoe against my foot. And I think you can really just kind of see that as we look at the different angles and the different flexion of the foot within the shoe here. So overall, I couldn't really be any happier with how the sizing worked out. Basically, I don't have many gripes, and I truly enjoy these shoes. I wear them often. The only other item I'd probably call to note is a little inconsistency between the toe seams, and let me make it a little, just turning that off to make it a little easier to kind of focus there. Is it a huge deal? No. But something, if we're being fully transparent, we're going to call out. Other than that, the Norwegian stitch is beautiful. Everything else, it would be, there'd be no value in calling out, oh, there's a little thread right here. But maybe that's something that I've done because I've worn them for a year. I'm going to circle back to the beginning again here and say, does that mean I'm recommending this for everyone? No. Does that mean that I'm recommending it for the people that are in the market for this type of shoe and this level of shoe? Yes. If you are looking at this kind of bespoke level quality shoe, fully handmade, then yes, this is a great option to explore. I would definitely go ahead and reach out to them either via email or Instagram, depending on whatever is your preferred method. And I couldn't be happier, or couldn't speak more highly. I definitely look forward to hear if you disagree with anything that I've said. Would love to hear that as well. And let me know which pair you'd like me to review next. Make sure to like, subscribe, sign up for notifications. And thanks for sticking around. Definitely appreciate everyone coming back, and we'll see you next time.